In this video, we're going to talk about angles and triangles. A triangle is a closed shape with three sides. Now, when you have those three sides, you also get three angles. Now, most of the time, these angles are different. Sometimes two of them are the same, sometimes all of them are the same, and we have special names for those triangles. If all the angles are the same, then they're all 60. We call it as an equilateral triangle. If two of the angles are the same, then we can say these two are the same, right? We may not know the measures, but we know that if only two angles are the same, then this is an isosceles triangle. And if it is all different angles, then it is a scalene triangle. Now, regardless of the angles being the same or not, we can say that these angles add up to 180 degrees. This is something that we know since primary, maybe, right? So we can say that if this is the angle A, this is the angle B and C, these are the measures, then A plus B plus C is 180 degrees. So this is called as the triangle angle sum rule. Let's see a few examples. Find the size of the missing angle in each triangle. Now, you can solve this with an arithmetic way. You can say 51 plus 47 is 98. And knowing that all these three angles add up to 180, you can take away this sum from 180 only to get 82 degrees. So x is 82 degrees. Now, this is a good example that those triangles are not drawn to scale, so they are not accurate. You can see that x doesn't look like an angle with the size being 82 degrees. An angle with the size 82 degrees should, I think, look like this, rather, a little bit wider. But you will always have those shapes drawn in some way, but not accurately, all right? So beware, don't look at this drawing and say, well, x doesn't seem like 82. No, if you find it like this, if everything is correct here, do not get fooled by the drawing, all right? It is not accurate. This is very important. Now, this is one way of solving it. This is the arithmetic way. Now, the algebraic way is that you can just go and say 51 plus 47 plus the angle x that you don't know. These three angles must add up to 180. That's the triangle angle sum rule, right? So you can say 51 plus 47. These are like terms, so you can simplify it to 98, right? And this is basically solving a linear equation. Then you can say minus 98 from both sides and say x equals 82 degrees. So this is the algebraic way. Another example. Now, in this triangle, we have those marks on the side lengths. These tell me that these sides, these two sides, have the same size. So they are the same. Now, when we look at the question, they're asking us to find the size of this angle. Now, we're supposed to know two angles at least. We know one of them, but we don't know this one. All right? But we are given the side lengths being the same. So this is actually an isosceles triangle. So if these two sides are the same, then these two angles must be the same. So this is 21. Now I know these two angles. So I can go like 21 plus 21, which is 42. Or maybe you can multiply 21 by 2, that's also fine. And then you can take away the sum from 180, only to find 138 for the size of the missing angle. So sometimes you will be given some additional information like this so that you can figure out one of the angles. But in all cases, you have to remember that you need two angles to add up and then take away from 180. Let's look at this one. Now, we don't have any angle given, as we don't know this angle, we don't know this angle, so how can we proceed? How can we know and add them so that we can take away from 180? Now, we are given those marks, again, saying that all the sides are the same. So these triangles are called equilateral triangles, right? So in equilateral triangles, all these angles are of the same size. So, well, I can solve this algebraically. I can say, well, a plus a plus a is 180 degrees, which means actually 3a is 180 degrees, and to get rid of that 3, I can divide both sides by 3, and then find out that a is 60 degrees. So sometimes these marks are really important. You may not see any numbers given, but still you can figure out the answer. Now is your turn. Please solve these questions on your book. Also, please draw the triangles too and submit your answers online. Thank you.